Hello. This is my bed. Hello, everyone. Ashley Dawes here. Oh, my Lanta. I get to interview the amazing Jenn Cooper. I'm just waiting for her to comment below. You guys are going to love this. I'm sorry. I had to move stuff to my room. So like you get to see this is my bedroom and the dog nose on the window and it's awesome. Okay, you guys, welcome to the A-Lister Lives. I get to interview some of the most amazing A-listers in social retail. And I'm just waiting for Jenn Cooper to come on here. Let me make sure that I tagged you, Jenn. I'm going to try to invite, boom. I'm going to invite you right now. And see, oh, there you are. Bring you on video. Send invite. Okay. Hello, Lori. Let's see if we can get Jenn Cooper on here. This is gonna be awesome. I sent it, Jenn. Did you get it? Oh, yes. I see. Hi!
Hello, my friend.
How are you?
I am so good. I'm trying to work out the phone thing
Let me
because
check my phone and make sure that we look the same.
I know
I
I'm like,
love your like. Actually, I need a different background.
oh,
Okay, so I see us here. Let's see though. Oh, we're right. We're right. You did it right. Yes.
which
I had
is
issues
so,
yesterday with John.
it looks like I'm on my side right now.
Oh, it does look like, okay, so it still does look like that on your end, but we're perfect. We look beautiful here.
Perfect. That's all
Okay.
that matters.
Yay. All right, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome. This is the amazing Jenn Cooper. I am super excited for you guys to hear from her. I don't think that there is a person in the planet who would just not adore Jenn Cooper. Anytime she speaks, you guys, so I think the first time we met was in Florida, right? Yeah. And you were doing a presentation, and I remember that you were talking about Ryan Serhant, Big Money Energy. And I was like, well, if Jenn's listening to that, I'm going to go listen to this Audible. I've listened to it 3 times now. It is my favorite. And I'm like, I get it. Like, Jenn Cooper's Big Money Energy. so, okay. So I have a couple awesome questions for you. Now, I know, well, probably most of the people watching, right? We are both a part of social retail. And I'm going to ask Jenn some questions. She's totally crushing it. She has a massive team, massive energy. You're going to love her. In case you guys didn't know, like my backstory, I came from another company that I was with for 7.5 years. And I love the company. I love the products. I love the people. But the compensation plan was really, really hard. I had to structure people perfectly. If they didn't all do certain amounts of orders, I had to call them every night, at the end of every month. Like, are you guys going to place your orders or do I have to do it? Well, I always got stuck doing it. It would be like $800 in and to get a $1,400 paycheck. And I did this every single month for like a year. It was crazy. So I ran across social retail and I became obsessed with the fact that it's a dual-sided compensation plan and that you can grow like an MBA with just sending a link. Here's how to get the products, right? And I fell in love with the products. I've lost 30 pounds. I've caught the vision along the way. It took a long time to catch the vision and understand, like, I want to help other people do what I'm doing. So out came this beautiful A-Listers Live, and I've interviewed some of the top-notch A-listers, and today we got Jenn Cooper, Big Money Energy here. So Jenn, can you please share with us your story, like everything along the way to how you ended up in social retail?
Oh my gosh, Ashley. Okay, first off, I think you give me way too much credit. I think anybody that is watching this right now won't be at all surprised when I say Ashley is absolutely destroying her business right now. What she is doing is blazing a trail. It was such an honor when you reached out and said, hey, do you want to have a conversation and help the people and cast some vision? And I'm like, yes, girl, whatever you need. Like, I'm happy to, join forces with someone like Ashley because she's turning heads all around the company. She probably wouldn't tell you this, but I am happy to. It's been really inspiring to watch, and just what you're doing out there is so there's so much energy behind it and so much greatness that you're you're showing other people what is possible for them. And I love that you just shared a bit about where you came from, because it turns out we actually have quite a bit in common. Um, and so for those of you I haven't met yet, it's so good to meet you. Everybody calls me Coop, even though my name's Jenn Cooper. And it's funny, my maiden name is Carbone. And even before I got married, everybody just called me Carbone. Like, nobody ever calls me by my first name. I don't know why.
That's fun. Super Cooper. I know you, Super Cooper.
That is, it's a title to uphold. That is for sure. And gosh, if there's anything I hope to inspire people with, is that they can do really uncommon things when they tune out the noise and they draw their line and make a decision, and put some discipline behind that decision. I believe we are so much more capable than what we think. And so hopefully after today, you guys will be feeling a bit more of more substance behind that statement. But to let you guys know a bit about myself, I have been in the network marketing arena for coming up on 9 years. I'm literally days away from my 9-year anniversary. And I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like when I look back 9 years ago, I don't know about you, Ashley, but I don't even recognize myself.
No, totally.
Like, I don't even recognize myself. I feel like I am such a lover of life now. Yeah. I feel like I love people more. I feel like I'm a better wife, a better mom, a better just contributor to society. Like, I feel like I've got purpose. Mm-hmm. And when I think about my life prior to network marketing, I had a great job. I was in medical sales, and so I was that person that was running around the hospital in my scrubs and with my business bag, and sometimes I was in stilettos if I was running to a meeting. I swear, like, my feet are permanently damaged from hightailing it through hospitals and stilettos. But if I didn't hurry up, my competitors were coming in. And so I think a lot of my superpowers and my grit and determination, and honestly, coming back from being an underdog, I was never the smartest, rep. I was never the most like slick and like, you see some people and you're like, you make me nervous because you just seem like you have everything together. Like, that was not me. That I was the person that was looking at those people like, what am I even doing here? But I just knew then, that one, I loved people, and two, I loved the idea of helping change their trajectory in their life. At that time, it was through their health or through healing wounds and becoming well again. And, I didn't realize that when we had so much trouble getting pregnant while I was in medical sales, and through that whole roller coaster, if you guys know, you know. And I didn't realize at that time that all the grit that I had learned, all the determination, all the rising from the ashes, that helped me ultimately conceive my twin boys. And I had no desire to be a stay-at-home parent. Bless y'all if you do, but I was like, my identity was tied in making a difference and helping people out there and changing people's quality of life for the better. But when I gave birth to preemies, I thought, how could I go back to the OR? How could I be caring for somebody else's people when my little 3.5-pound people, two of them, like two tiny people, and I had no idea what I was doing. I'm like, how can I go back to the OR? So I knew at that time I was going to hang up the scrubs, hang up my medical bag, and stay home with my twins. But I'll tell you, friends, I don't know if you've ever taken like a pay cut in your work or, made a career shift that you realized almost immediately, okay, what is life supposed to look like now? I was wiping butts and boogers and I was isolated, and I'm like, oh my God, I went from like rolling in the dough and having a free car and free reward trips, and now I'm like a professional butt and booger wiper. So I was like, while it's a blessing, and while we created the option to be able for me to stay home with my kids, something just something just dug at me and said, you can do something more. You can do something in addition to. You will figure this out. I had no idea what it looked like, but I'll tell you what I saw. A lot of these people in my social media talking about this product and that product, and I'm like, what are these people? What are these people like on? Like, what? They're just so excited and they seem so happy, and I'm like sitting here buried in butts and boogers. I have no energy. And long and short, that's what the universe was literally saying. Here is your opportunity.
Yeah.
We can't make it any louder.
Yeah.
Here, you feel isolated? Here's your solution. You want to contribute to the people? Here's your solution. You want to have more energy, feel better, look better, and like have a whole lot of fun? Here's your solution.
Yes.
And I was like sitting there like, nah, I'm skeptical. I don't know. It's got to be like not legit. And literally, when I think about the time I wasted assuming what I thought I knew, I literally don't even want to think about all the money and the fun and the greatness I missed out on because I let my skepticisms get the best of me. And you guys, once I got into the profession, everything changed. My life changed. I was around, all those people that I'm like, I want to feel energetic. I want to make money. I want to be able to be in charge of my time. And if they do what they say they're going to do, I might have a chance in network marketing. And we proved it. We literally got to work. I'm a nap time CEO. I built my business literally putting my babies, 2 of them, down for naps, ran downstairs, hopped in my inbox, helped out, had some conversations, got to know people, offered some solutions, left it up to them to decide if it was a fit. And we just started building and building and building. We built to our first 6 figures in 3 years at my first company. But like you, Ashley, there was a moment where, I had achieved the car, I had achieved the leadership trips, I had earned the things. And all of a sudden, I started looking to my left on stage and looking to my right and knowing that my people were not there with me. And it got to a point where, I wasn't doing bad. I wasn't even doing bad. I had done the thing that I had set out to do years prior, but it started to lack luster. I started thinking to myself, people would consider this a win. But if my people aren't earning and achieving and accomplishing the same things I am, how much am I really winning? And that was the moment that in my mind, I thought, I can't sleep comfortably knowing this anymore or feeling this way. I need to go do some research and make sure that where I am is the place for my people to achieve success. I got to know. And so the rest is history. I started doing digging with other health and wellness companies, including the one that you came from. I started doing some digging. I started splitting hairs with clinical formulations first, right? Because if the products aren't right, the business side doesn't matter. So I evaluated, I was on the phone with research and product developers, executive team members. I was cross comparing these different formulations, right? Then once I narrowed it down, then I'm like, okay, let's pull out the compensation plan. And you and I both know there was nothing like the social retail concept. Literally everything that was wrong where I was before, everything that was wrong was not wrong here. And I thought, I can't ignore that. And I walked away from all of it to start over again. And we surpassed whatever we did in my first company, we surpassed in our first 7 months, I believe. And then we doubled it again a few months later. So that's it. That's my story.
That's the best thing ever. Do you have 4 kids? You have 4 kids. Like you built double what you with 4 kids. Like you came from boogers. What did you say? Boogers and
Butts and wiping butts and boogers.
Butts and
Yep,
boogers
that's me.
to like this massive business. That is amazing. And the fact that you can, the biggest thing that I love about it is you can like be around your children. You get to be there with your children, all the things they need, and still grow a business. I love that. That was my big thing. I'm like, okay, all three of my kids have gone to school. What am I going to do? I don't want to do a typical 9 to 5. Kids are sick all the time. They're always needing to leave school. Something's happening. Like now I have to leave my job 500 times a month. I'm going to get fired, and my big thing is I will be there at all of my kids and grandkids events. Like that's what I want, that time freedom. I love that you share that. So now everyone knows you are super busy. You have 4 kids, right? So what
I
does your
had
day
2
look like?
more during the process. Like I had one when I was on my way out of my first company, and then I had one during Rona. So it's like I've always been having kids all throughout network marketing, and I cannot imagine the options that my family would not have
Yeah.
had I not drawn my line and gave it a shot and got over myself and what I thought I knew about what we do.
Yes. I love that. I love it. So what does a typical day look like for you with social retail, with your business and your family?
So, it's actually, I meant to also share this, friends. I think one of the biggest reasons that my team, not just the compensation structure having some holes in it where I came from, or I should say just some opportunities to do better. But it was the systems in place that I think they lacked. So I was always really busy at night. My daughter was never, she wasn't calling for me in the baby monitor anymore because she knew that I wouldn't be getting her up in the morning. I was already, on calls and on trainings, and
Yeah.
at nighttime, my husband would put them to bed, and I would just have to cross my fingers that when my Zoom meeting was over, that they might still be awake and remember that I came to see them. And so when I came, one of the reasons I shifted my direction and leveled up with social retail, because that's what this is. This was not a switch. This was a significant level up,
Yeah.
both in quality of products, availability, also business structure and opportunity. I never liked the switch company. I never have said those words.
Yeah.
I'll never switch.
Yeah.
I'll never make a lateral move.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons that social retail worked for my family is because the systems in place make it an even playing field for someone that has no experience, that doesn't know how to sell, that doesn't know how to talk about this favorite product that they like. They're like, I don't know, it just makes me feel really good. But somebody's like, well, what's in it? And you're like, hang on, let me tag you in something awesome.
Yep.
I'm like, that I can do. That works. And when the whole company follows suit, that means anyone that comes with me, they can add people to a group. They can tag them in an awesome video that, by the way, I didn't make. I'm just like, here's the message. I'm going to tag you. Boom, boom, boom. So easy. So the reason I can make such a bigger business work at social retail is because when I get up in the morning, I start my day with my gratitude, my growth, my personal development, and my goal setting. I do that every day without fail. It is my structure. It's I put my armor on for the day. And then once I do that and my head is in a really good space, also, if you're a parent, friends, you know what it's like to have kids around you all the time.
Yeah.
And I know that you might feel like I don't have time, or I'm sorry, I don't want to, I'm not a morning person. Well, neither am I. But I'm no longer comfortable with working a 9 to 5 and having somebody evaluate me and having to, prove myself. I'm no longer okay with not having more options. So when you think I'm not a morning person, maybe shift it differently. Like, what do you really want? Because when what you want is so big, how you do it, you're willing to get up a little earlier. And it's so wonderful because it's so peaceful. And I get my brains in a good place. I literally set myself up to go help the people. I literally put out in the universe, like, who am I going to get to connect with today? Who needs me today? Who needs my help? Who needs options? That's it. Who needs options today? And how may I help them find them? Okay, that's what I do every single morning before my kids get up. I usually put together a piece of content just to connect with people out on Facebook. And then I'll hop into my inbox. And just like I said, when people are I'll continue the conversations. If people are asking for information, then I'll add them to a group. I'll tag them in something that explains it while I'm off, doing the kid thing. They're watching the video or looking at the post or looking at the details. And then when my babies go down, I'm with my baby all morning. Like I'm not working until she goes down. And when she goes down, I'm either doing something like this, or I'll circle back to those people and say, hey, what'd you think? And I'll get back in conversation. That's what I do during nap time. I'm in conversation. I'm trying to help people get what they want. Whether I'm getting credit for it or not, I'm just trying to help people get what they want. I have a lot of things, just like Ashley, a lot of solutions to a lot of things that people need right now. And that's what, during nap time, I'm not wasting time. That is what I'm doing during nap time. And then when my kids get off the bus, I'll literally be right there when they get off the bus, because like you, I want them to see me waving to them getting on the bus. And I want them seeing me when they jump off the bus, because someday they won't care. Yeah. But right now they do. And they're going to remember, Ashley, that we were there.
I love it. Yes.
And so that's what my day looks like. Any loose ends, I'll tie up after my kids go to bed. But during the kids' awake time and when they get back from school, like they got me. And that's because of social retail. That would not be an option in any other way.
Yeah. Yes. And I love how it's like you have structure in your business and in your family. Like you have a litter, right? A litter of kids. And it's like, you have to have structure. Like you know when they go to naps, just like you knew today, you're like, yes, this time is when my little goes down. And I'm like, wow, when I had 3 kids, it was like, I don't even know if they took naps. They might have took 5-minute naps here and there. Like I could have never done a business because it had no structure. That's an important, awesome thing as well, that you're just structured all over. That's perfect. So
I try.
Now you've
some days are better than others.
What'd you say?
I said I try. Some days are better than others.
Yes, I'm sure, for sure. So what can you tell us? Like I feel like you've mentioned this throughout, but what is the specific reason that you chose social retail?
Because it's really lonely when you think you're going to be happy. When I remember it was, I don't know about you, but it was the 10K mark. Like when I hit $10,000 a month, oh my gosh, I will have made it. I will have done the thing, and then I'll be happy. And I'm telling you, friends, success lacks luster when there's not a lot of people achieving it with you. And I felt it firsthand. That was when I knew it felt uncomfortable. It didn't feel right. Now I know that all different business models require work, but I knew that the social retail model was stacking the odds in favor of more people to achieve more success. And that's all I wanted. And nobody else offered, this dual-sided structure where they can share products and like the amount of volume that you do just in customer acquisition is insane. And so many people can do that comfortably. Then we also have an opportunity to build teams and develop pockets of leadership and help people build on their strengths. That's my passion. That is my purpose. And I'm so excited that I get to play on that here. But if people don't want to, they don't have to. Yeah. And I knew that having the option and being equally valued, equally recognized, having your own rank advancements, you can literally sell product and make it to the top of the company. Yep. And make a lot of life-changing money. Yeah. That's crazy. That doesn't happen. Yeah. So that's why I ended up here. This, of course, after I evaluated all the clinical formulations of the products. I certainly was not going to take a step back. I'm also a group fitness instructor. I have a reputation, to uphold. People expect me to know good things about you. They expect me to know science stuff,
Yeah.
right? So I have to be very careful what I put my name behind.
Yes. I love that. In my last company too, like I said, I had 10-ish people, right, that were, I don't even remember what we were called in that company, like social marketers, but out of those 10 people, one of them was doing the business and one of them was getting a little bit of a paycheck. And it was like the same thing, like nobody was winning. Also, there was no duplication. Nobody knew what to do. We were all just kind of winging it. Yeah, and I love, just like you said, like I came over because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna build like a massive customer pod. I don't have to ask anybody to join my business, like none of this spammy tammy, none of this stuff I was taught before. And then if I want to, which I do now because I've caught the vision, it's like I can actually show people how to do what I'm doing and grow an MBA, right? So okay, so I don't know exactly how you do this part, but I'm going to say this. And then of course, like anybody watching, if you invited somebody here to watch this, right? So if we were to share with you a 3-minute video that explains a little bit more about what it is that we do, would you watch it? Okay, if your answer is yes, you're gonna tag. Okay, so maybe you are already working with Jenn. You've seen Jenn. You're gonna tag Jenn and comment yes. Okay, maybe it's me, you've run across my page, you run across this live, you're gonna tag me, Ashley Dawes, and comment yes. Or if somebody else invited you here, they're watching this video later, you're gonna tag them and comment yes, okay? We'll send you this video and we can see if this is the perfect fit for you. Now, Jenn, is there anything, and besides, first of all, thank you so much for being here. I love your knowledge. You're amazing. Everything you said, I'm literally going to watch this like over and over and over. Is there anything that, I mean, is there anything else that you want to add to this? Anything, any thoughts on anything? If someone's considering this as a business, but maybe they're like,
Yeah. Well, if you are thinking that, friends, just know that I feel you. I remember thinking I was so sure that I knew what I knew, when in actuality, I didn't know anything about what I thought this type of thing was. And here's the deal. This isn't we're kind of in a situation right now. We're at a pivotal time in all of our lifetimes where we can't we can't be so judgmental and so particular over things that might seem a little different. It's crazy to think that, the way that we were brought up, the standard, like go to school, graduate, go to college, get a job, get a 401k, and hope that you have enough money when you retire, that you hope that you have enough money and enough time.
yeah,
Guys, my father passed away at the age of 66. He was the CEO of his company, and it was literally like a 43-day from diagnosis to the end of his life. And the biggest lesson that I took from that was take big chances and be open to things that maybe, I never knew I was an entrepreneur back then when he was having his health issues. And no, this is such a simple way for anybody right now to be bringing in an additional income stream. And forget it, both Ashley and I, you don't have to do what we've done. You don't have to. I mean, sure, does more money create more options? Yes, absolutely. But you don't have to think of that big thing. What about like inflation right now? $500 a month with all just to accommodate for inflation. There's no upgrades these days, and it requires almost $800 a month more than the way we lived 2 years ago, month to month. We can no longer assume that we know what we think we know about the e-commerce type of building an income stream for our families. And the last thing I'll say is there's no harm in learning is leverage. And even if you decide things like this, aren't for you, learning about it, you can't go wrong. but you absolutely could miss a lifesaver. Remember me? All the wiping butts and boogers and all the signs coming in saying this is what you're looking for. It turned out to be everything I never knew I always wanted. And it was only because I said, okay, I'll take a look.
Yes. Just take a look. That's
Just
all
take a
it
look.
is. There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're amazing, Jenn Cooper. Thank you for coming and gracing us with your presence. You're so awesome. We'll see you at the next event. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Thanks for having me.